During the Xbox showcase, a new trailer for Halo Campaign Evolved was unveiled. They're really not being the idea that this is a modification for Halo Infinite, are they? Halo as a franchise for the past like 10 years has just been that Helldivers 2 graph of where it's so over and we're so back. Except it's just a straight line that just says it's so over until eventually hits a point of it's even more over than you thought it was. Every single new release has explored new depths of being so bad, it's almost a little stunning. Never has there been more historic of a fall off. And just the trailer alone, there are so many problems with it. I'm going to go through some of it in this video, but this is supposed to be original content for the remake, and it looks bad. Really bad. They butchered my boy Johnson. On a graphical level, it looks fine enough, but it doesn't look like Halo CE at all. It looks like an upscaled version of Halo Infinite, which itself is a fairly ugly Halo game. That being said, Halo 5 is undoubtedly the ugliest Halo game, so this is an improvement from that. The transition to Unreal has not been kind to faces either. Sergeant Johnson looks really bad. He does not look like Sergeant Johnson. Even back in Halo 3, which had its own fair share of issues with face models, I swear, Lord Hood haunts my nightmares. Johnson had a very distinctive look to him, and when you looked at his models across the games, you knew this was Sergeant Johnson. With Sergeant Bob here, I really don't see how he's supposed to be Johnson unless you're told he's Johnson. 343 has models and renders of Sergeant Johnson. You've done it in Halo Wars 2, you've got Halo 2 Anniversary, there's probably some concept art floating around. Why did we go for the most generic face on the planet that looks nothing like the character? You could have done anything and you went for generic? Why? This was an easy slam dunk. Speaking of fumbles on easy slam dunks, 343 made the brilliant decision to recast David Scully. David Scully as Sergeant Johnson is iconic. You don't mess with that. That's kind of like having someone else play James Kirk in Star Trek. I mean, you can try, but you're never going to beat William Shatner. It's just absurd because the guy they replace him with, it feels like he's not even trying. It's kind of like someone at 343 gave a guy off the street a piece of paper and said to him, "Hey, buddy, just read it verbatim. Who cares? We've been working on Halo for 19 years and nobody's given a care in the world. We're still here. You're gonna have a job. Why would you care?" It's just absurd to me. Master Chief, Arbiter, and Johnson, these are all iconic elements, and especially a major part of that is his voice. And this extends to the rest of the game too. The Prophet character they unveiled, he just sounds like a dude. You know, the Prophets in Halo 2 and Halo 3, yeah, they're a little bit basic. They don't really sound like aliens, but they have a presence with their voice lines. This guy's just bored. If you haven't watched the trailer, you should go watch it because it sounds really bad. Was 343 even trying? I played Fallout 4 mods that have original voice acting that sound better than this. Those are mods. Even Starfield of all games, they have mods out there with actual original voice acting that sounds better than this. And putting aside the voice acting, I want to focus in on the asset reuse. Rather than reusing things that are actually a really good idea to reuse, like David Scully, they're instead reusing a lot of assets from Halo Infinite. Now, admittedly, some of it is new. The Grunt and Jackal right here, I'm pretty sure these guys are unique to the remake. I tried finding them from Infinite, they're not in there. Same with this Prophet, I'm pretty sure he's unique to the remake. And they don't look bad, they just kind of match the quality of everything else that doesn't look very good. But a lot of other things are reused, especially Chief's armor set. This is just Mark IV from Halo Infinite. The helmet is also from the Halo Infinite cash shop. And I want to zero in on this because this is a mistake 343 started making with Halo Infinite. Back when Halo CE came out, they intentionally made it so you couldn't recreate Master Chief in multiplayer. He had a completely unique coloration to his armor set. Same with Halo 2. It was the same model used for multiplayer and campaign, but the coloration was unique. In Halo 3, you can't wear Chief's armor. Same with 4, same with 5. Infinite was the game that bucked the trend, and you could earn his armor set from the main campaign and the multiplayer. And I don't get that. It really downgrades how unique Master Chief is when the armor set is more or less just reused. I don't like that. It should be a unique asset. You create a unique asset for these other things like the Jackal and the Grunt. Why wouldn't you just make a unique asset for Master Chief? Why would you reuse them? At the very least, give him different shoulder pads, maybe a slightly different helmet. but it looks identical to things you can get in Halo Infinite, and as a result, I really don't like it. I think it's incredibly lame. They did show off some weapons. Aside from the models that are reused, which we'll talk about in a sec, the new needle rifle looks terrible. I don't know why they would reuse so many assets and not just go back to Halo Reach and more or less try to extract that asset. The Halo Reach needle rifle looks really cool. Its coloration is fantastic. That turquoise blue, it's great. I love it. Whereas you've just created this pink abomination that just sort of blends together. It looks really bad. The turquoise gave it the necessary contrast against the purple needles. I don't understand what 343's obsession with making things purple is, because a lot of things are purple now that should not be purple. They've also added a new spiker model. It looks really bad. It looks bad because the spiker is supposed to be a brutishly simple weapon, basically just like a block with some internal mechanics in it that would be hard to break, because the brute is as liable to beat you with it as they are to shoot you with it. Making it have this like exposed piping and this weird RGB fan in the middle, I don't know. I really don't like that design. I don't think it looks good at all. They also have a new SMG model, which honestly, when I looked at it, I thought to myself, is this a new shotgun? It kind of looks like the shotgun from Halo Infinite, that really terrible one. I don't know. I don't really like it as the SMG model. It doesn't seem Halo enough. The SMG model in Halo 2 Anniversary is actually really good. Again, you're just reusing so many assets from Infinite. Why wouldn't you just bring that one back? The assets being reused from Infinite, the Spanker rocket launcher, it's just a skin from Infinite. I'm pretty sure I think it was the veteran Spanker from Infinite. The battle rifle, it's just reused from Infinite. And I really don't like this design decision to just reuse things. Yeah, the models don't look bad, but when you're paying $50, $70 for a remake, kind of a hard sell. I don't really think it's a good idea to be reusing so many assets when it makes it feel cheap. Cut corners. Not well designed because you haven't made things that are brand new to justify the purchase of a new game. Now, before I get into the weeds and talking about pricing for this lovely campaign and the Ultra Premium Edition, I want to talk about the map design. Specifically, the fact that I think a lot of these maps for the campaign, they're reused assets from Halo Infinite. More specifically, I think that these are maps that were supposed to be added to Halo Infinite, didn't make the cut before the live service got cut, and now they're being added to this campaign in lieu of brand new original content. They look really bad. They're mostly square arenas. You could probably see where weapons would spawn if you look closely enough at these arenas. And just to clarify, 1, 2, and 3, as well as 4, and I believe 5, the maps are original to the campaign. Reach reused a lot of its maps from multiplayer for the campaign, and it got a lot of flack for that. Not as much as I think it deserved. Why would you do that again for what is supposed to be a major selling point of this remake? The major selling point being new content you've never played before, but it's going to feel like an arena multiplayer map? Are you for real? Now, the one thing that is kind of new is that they've decided to rip off Long Night of Solace and make it into a Covenant level, where you're going to be flying around as Seraph attacking a Covenant capital ship. But I don't know, why would I pay $70, $50 for what is effectively going to be undoubtedly a worse version of a really good level from Halo Reach? That level was iconic and awesome because it's the one time in Reach, and the one time in the franchise as a whole, that you're actually flying around in space attacking another ship. I just don't really see the value here from that perspective. And we're going to talk about pricing, because pricing on this thing, it's a little crazy. Now, let's say you've got a brainworm, and it's telling you, hey buddy, go buy the Halo Combat Evolved remake. It's going to be a great time. The worm's lying. Don't listen to it. It's going to cost you $50 to buy this game. Probably more for the worm removal, but you're going to be back in control yourself. Anyway, putting aside the worm. $50? Are you serious? $50 gets you a campaign that you can buy right now for $10. The only thing that is brand new to this game is a prequel campaign that really doesn't look very good. And honestly, if you were to ask somebody, they could probably add it to Halo Combat Evolved through the Steam Workshop probably tomorrow and have a better result than what they're going to be doing with Halo Combat Evolved Remake. I don't understand the logic here. It looks like a mod of Halo Infinite. And why would you charge $50 for a mod? I don't do any modifications for any games if they're not free, because it presumably isn't AAA quality. But now I'm reassessing that position because they're putting out mods as official releases now. This is terrible. Why would you buy this for $50? Now, let's say you're a gamer of particular taste. If it doesn't cost a premium, you're not interested. Well, if you want to get the Halo Infinite modification called Halo Combat Evolved Remake, you can spend $70, the price of a game you've never played before. And the bonuses, they'll blow your mind. 5 days early access. For what? You don't even get a multiplayer mode with this. Why would you want 5 days early access for a campaign? It's not going anywhere. You're not going to get anything special by playing it 5 days early unless you're like a YouTuber making a video on it. Who cares? Why would you pay $70 for what is effectively the same game you're going to get 5 days later? Who cares? It's a single player game. And then on top of that, you get a game manual. Are you serious? A game manual in 2026 justifies a $20 increase? I don't think you're playing with a full deck of cards. You also get this weird Hungry Buzzards additional story, who cares? And a digital art book, are you for real? I want to look at 343's crappy reused art. Come on, I don't even want to play Infinite. You really think I'm going to want to look at reused art in an art book? Give it like 5 days and these things are going to be leaked online all over the place. Who cares? This stuff is crap. Now, the real draw for $20 is the Alpha Halo Armory Pack. That thing that leaked a few days before the Xbox showcase. And oh boy, does it look even worse than you thought. Now, in talking about the Halo Armory Pack, oh my goodness, it's just really funny to me. I thought that the initial render looked bad. This looks even worse. I honestly can't look at these things without laughing. It is a joke that in 2026, for $70, you get some of the most garish skins imaginable. They look worse with a full render. You know, these weapon skins, they're just cringe. Can you imagine playing Halo Combat Evolved Remake and you've got like just a regular old assault rifle next to this try-hard sniper rifle? It's going to look completely out of place. No one's going to want to look at the two of them together. If you're streaming this game because you think people care, they're going to tune out once they see this crap. And it's the same thing with this stupid Roman spear battle rifle. You put that next to an SMG, it looks awful. It looks really bad. Why would you even use this? I mean, of course it's your choice, but like, it's going to stick out like a sore thumb. From an artistic standpoint, it is so clashing that I don't see any value in that. If it made everything else in the game adopt that style, yeah, there's actually some value there. I can see that being pretty cool. But it's completely unique to itself. There's nothing else in the game that looks like this. It's going to look like crap if you have this alongside the regular assets. It's just baffling to me. And people say it looks good? Really? Are you really being serious, or are you being paid by 343? For legal reasons, I have to clarify that's a joke. But again, I don't understand why you would want this. For $70, this is just not cutting the mustard. Now, honestly, the weapon skins are nowhere near as bad as the armor skins. Holy crap. I can't look at the armor skins without laughing. Both of them are bad, but I don't know what it is. None of these look like Master Chief. There was an opportunity to, design skins that are Master Chief on different missions. Like, you have a black suit where it's got less armor and like the visor's a different tint, and it's Stealth Chief. You've got a chief that's got really heavy armor and bandoliers of grenades on him, and it's like, oh, it's Rambo Chief. It's heavy armor Chief. That would be kind of cool. Not $20 cool, but it would be, hey, I can role play and I can play around with these skins. I used to do that when I was a kid. When I played Reach, I would design my characters around the level that I'm going into. I thought that was cool. But these just look terrible. Can you just imagine Tryhard Chief with his stupid 2018 bone pauldron standing next to a scorpion? Can you imagine Roman Chief with an assault rifle? A futuristic assault rifle? It's gonna look terrible. I'm pretty sure the cutscenes are pre-rendered. But imagine a cutscene where Keys is saying something along the lines of, "Oh, Master Chief, if this ring activates, it's gonna kill everyone. Chief, what do you think we should do with the ring? Can we use it against the Covenant?" And it looks up at Chief, and it's this glowy pink abomination in the shadow of the horrific revelation of what Halo is. Oh my goodness. And I think worse than the cost, which honestly, if you buy these things for $70, you are the very definition of a fool and his money are soon parted. For $70, this is the future of Halo. This is what we can look forward to. Call of Duty and Fortnite. This is part of the reason I hope this franchise dies. It is a desecration. Yeah, it's a personal thing. You can choose to use these skins if you want. I don't know why you would. But honestly, this is the future of Halo. This is what you can look forward to with the Halo 2 Anniversary Remake and the Halo 3 Remake. Terrible, awful skins. These are going to define Halo. You know there's going to be edits of these things coming out where it's like, oh man, look at how awesome Roman Chief looks. And it's going to be this terrible skin with just, I can't handle it. I used to love this franchise. I adored Halo. I was so hyped for Halo 4, and Halo 4 let me down so hard. And that's really the problem, right? Halo 4 let me down so hard, and the franchise has never recovered for me. I think that's the case for a lot of people who abandoned Xbox. You had an opportunity to make some really good games, and it's just been a downward steady spiral. I mean, pretty much everything Xbox revealed that was first party at that presentation, at least for me, I didn't care about. New stuff anyway. The Modern Warfare 4 trailer looked terrible. Gears of War E-Day disappointed me immensely. And to talk a little bit about stuff I liked, because I think it's good to, you know, at least have a little bit of positivity in these videos. I liked the Persona 6 reveal trailer. That was cool. I really liked Persona after I got into it with Persona 4. And the Persona 4 revival trailer was also awesome. I'm still worried about that game from a gameplay perspective because I don't think it's going to fix the problems I have with it, you know, with just repetitive dungeon design, but maybe that one would be good too. And then you look at Metro 2039, that one looked awesome. I'm really hoping that game's good. Metro Exodus was fantastic, same with Last Light, same with 2033. Every Metro game I played has been pretty good, but the stuff I grew up with, Call of Duty, Gears of War, Halo, what happened to these franchises? At least with Halo, we can just point out that, hey, they put it in the hands of a totally incompetent developer team that seemingly hates it. I just wish that it was good again. There are still good games coming out. I've been playing some of them. I've been playing a little bit of Everspace 2. Clair Obscur came out last year and was absolutely phenomenal. And there is some good stuff on the horizon, but the stuff I liked, it's just gone. It's really sobering to think about when you were a kid and you like stuff like Star Wars and you come back to it as an adult and the stuff you liked is still good, but the stuff that's new is crap. I don't know. I'm just really disappointed. I don't even want to do my outro. I just want to be done. I'm hoping that I can talk about something more positive for my next video because I do plan to make more videos. Please give me feedback. I want to know what I did right, what I did wrong, what you think I could improve upon. Just tell me what you think. Do you agree with some of the stuff I said about the trailer? Have you seen the trailer? If you haven't seen it yet, go watch that trailer for Halo Combat Evolved Remake. Hopefully you get a little bit more enjoyment than I did. Maybe I'm just an old salty crab. Maybe Modern Warfare 4 isn't terrible. Someone tell me if it's not, and please don't lie to me. I don't need that anymore. But I'll catch you in the next one. Goodbye.